Watch this.
I ain't need him then and I don't need him now.
Will.
Nah, you know what, Uncle Phil? I'm gonna get through college without him. I'm gonna get a great job without him. I'm gonna marry me a beautiful honey, and I'm gonna have me a whole bunch of kids. I'm gonna be a better father than he ever was. And I sure as hell don't need him for that, because ain't a damn thing he could ever teach me about how to love my kids. How come he don't want me, man?
That clip you just saw, I'm just totally amazed. It blew me away. That wasn't acting. That was beyond acting. I know you saw something. To me, that was the most accurate portrayal of a father wound I've ever seen portrayed on TV. And the bad part is that our children that have the fathers that walk out on them are going through that exact same cycle. It's just so tough. And that question, when he asked, it struck me. He said, why doesn't he want me? And I think every child struggles with that because nobody has given an answer. And I'm not here to give an answer because I don't know what fathers think when they walk out on their children willingly. I just can understand it. I know some men are terrified, they're scared, and the fight or flight thing jumps in and they run. Not an answer because their child suffers. But what I'm trying to get at, these things that we live in our childhood affect our future. Okay? For the boys, think about it. If there's no man in the house, how would that young man know how to be, one, a man, accept responsibilities, take his role to protect and provide and love a person? Because if the father walked out, what he told that young man, you weren't worthy of my time to even be here. That's what he said to him in that motion when he walked out. So this young man has no clue. And what makes it worse, he has no clue how to treat a woman either, because the one man he could look up to teach him was not there. He's gone. So when the father walks out, it destroys young men. And since young men don't know how to express hurt or pain, what they do several things, to be honest. Some shut down, okay? Some act out. As an educator, I've watched it. Some act out. Some act out violently. Some join gangs because they cannot see exactly how the family works. And what most gangs do, surprisingly, they set some type of family thing up. That's what they said. But gangs not a family for a young man. Some of the OGs, they're supposed to be father figures. Yeah. I'm not going to do that. What I'm trying to say to you is, when a father willingly leaves, young men suffer badly. But my focus now is the women, because that's the purpose of my book, to help the women. Because when a father leaves, he does the same amount of damage, if not more so, for the young ladies. Because when the first man in a woman's life is her father, the first man she'll ever know. And that man is going to teach her how she's supposed to be treated, how she's supposed to be loved, how she's supposed to pick her own man when he shows up, what she deserves. All those things come into play when the father is there. Now, when he's not there, number one, absent fathers, she has no idea how to pick the man in her life. She's never seen how a man is supposed to behave. She hasn't seen it. So she resorts to movies, TVs, social media, friends, to tell her, oh, this is what you need. But what she grew up with is inside and is now acting out in patterns. She now feels like love is not consistent. Especially if the father was, he came, gone, came, gone. If he was there, no emotion, no affirmation, no telling her she's wonderful, no telling her she's enough, no telling her she's great. None of that has been done. So now she spends her life looking for that. Yes, that's what happens. That's what father wounds are. They debilitate you until you figure them out. They create patterns in your life that consistently have an issue. Women who have fathers missing or unemotional don't trust well. They have a trust issue, especially men. They don't feel safe around men because she was never in a relationship. She never had a father there to make her feel safe with a man's presence. Wasn't there. So she doesn't feel safe around men. And some of them grow up to hate men. Okay? He wasn't there for me. All men are the same. Those things all come from, they call it daddy issues. Yes, they are daddy issues. And until this young lady can realize that not all men are like that, and that she needs to find out why she's attracting these type of men or why she behaves a certain way, you need to dig in. There's several types of fathers I have in my book. The book said, the first chapter of my book says, Daddy, where are you? And it goes over different types of fathers. We did the absentee father 2 weeks ago. Last week we did the emotionally distant father. Okay. And we're going to do next the not good enough father. Yes, that's the father that every time this young lady does something, not good enough. Not good enough. Okay. And the only time she ever got attention was when she did something wrong. So what that teaches her, that when you create chaos, I get attention. And we have women out there that chaos is normal because that's what they live. They only got attention when they did something wrong. Dad only showed up when she was acting the fool. So in her relationship, when it's nice and calm, it's boring. It's boring. It's too boring. I can't do this. And they walk away from a good man because he's not creating drama. That's what she learned. And that's what's going on. So the fathers in the home and not in the home, there is a big difference between the two. Now, we have some fathers that are there and don't do the job too. And that's just as bad as being an absentee father, because it's even worse. Because now what a child learns is that, yes, the man in her life can be there, but it's normal for him to just ignore her. She's not important, walk like she's not around. That's terrible. But that's what she learned because that's what she lived. So the reason why I started out with that clip, because even though it was about a young man, the effect, that moment you saw him break down, why doesn't he want me? That's a question that's in every child's mind right now, that the father willingly left, didn't choose them. They don't know why. And I can't answer why he left, but I can tell you this. You don't have to live with that forever. There's always a way out. There's healing, but you must be honest with yourself. Find out where you stand. And ladies, I'm talking to you. Get my books, get my guides. My ebooks are available. The link to that site is going to be in my YouTube bio. The links to the site will be in my comments on TikTok and on Instagram. And if you do contact me from Instagram, you get an automatic DM that's going to send to you. And with the link to go get the ebooks that I have. There's 7 ebooks. I only have 3 up for sale right now. There are only 3 of them out there. The other 4, I'm holding off a little bit. The other book that I wrote that started this whole journey I have is this one. Find Yourself for Finding Him. Yes, it's up there. You see it right there. That's the book. It's also on the site. So take a look, go through it, and find yourself first. When you find yourself, you're now whole, you're now strong. You're not picking a man out of desperation or that clock. You're picking because you know who you are. And when you know who you are, you can tell what you want. And what's cool about knowing who you are and how you stand, it resonates from inside out. And it will attract that type of men that's going to make your life awesome. Because remember, you are awesome. You are the prize. I don't know. Don't listen to these feminists. They want to jump off the pedestal to be. No.